Most marketing advice out there was built for selling products, physical stuff that people can hold, try, or test before buying. But services, they're invisible. You're asking someone to buy something they can't touch, which makes selling them a whole different game. So if you've been following the usual product-based marketing strategies and wondering why they aren't working for your business, that's why. You weren't doing it wrong, you were just using the wrong playbook. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you the marketing strategies that were built specifically for service-based businesses, and the 3 shifts that change everything. The first shift is something I call finish line language. It'll help you position your service as something your clients actually want to buy. The second is dialing in the feature to benefit ratio, so they believe that it will work for them. And finally, I'm going to show you a simple funnel that turns strangers into clients without any pushing, yelling, or spammy nonsense. So let's get started with the first shift, and the one that makes the biggest difference, the finish line. Selling a service is selling a promise, and that's the problem. You see, your clients can't hold your coaching, or feel your design work, or test drive your consulting. So instead of selling something real and tangible, you're selling a result that they have to believe in. And when people don't understand the result that they're going to get, they hesitate. That's why so many service providers end up stuck describing the process. They list deliverables and timelines and number of sessions, but completely miss what the clients actually want. Here's an example. Let's say that you're trying to sell a treadmill. Well, you could describe the incline range, the weight capacity, the Bluetooth speakers, or you could show someone what their life looks like after using it. They're healthier, stronger, more confident. Well, that's what they're really buying, and your service works the same way. You're not selling a timeline or a package. You're selling a better version of your client. And when you show people what the finish line looks like, they want to cross it. So that's what I call finish line language. It's about painting a picture of life after working with you, not the steps that they have to take along the way. But here's what this looks like in real life. If you're a health coach, you're not selling a package of 6 calls. You're selling more energy, better sleep, and feeling great in your clothes again. If you run a marketing agency, you're not selling content calendars and campaigns. You're selling steady clients, consistent growth, and peace of mind. Or if you're a landscaper, let's say, you're not offering yard maintenance, you're giving your client their weekends back. You're selling something that people can't see, so you have to make the result feel undeniably real. Not that long ago, I worked with a brilliant health and wellness coach. Her website looked great, her services were clearly listed, she had tons of testimonials, but still, no one was booking. So why? Well, her messaging was all about what she did, talking about weekly sessions and meal plans and macros and mindset, but her audience didn't want a spreadsheet. They wanted to feel amazing in their clothes again. They wanted confidence, they wanted energy, control. So we rewrote everything to focus on that finish line, and within 2 weeks, her calendar was full. Same service, new story. And that's the power of finish line language. So ask yourself, how is your client's life different after working with you? Well, that's your finish line. That's what you sell. Now, once you've nailed that result, you need to help people believe it, and that means it's time to talk about features versus benefits. Once you've clarified the finish line, the results that your clients actually want, well, the next step is helping them believe that you can get them there. And this is where a lot of service providers get it completely wrong. They get stuck talking about what they offer. Again, the sessions, the tools, the steps, without ever showing why any of it matters. It's kind of like saying this coffee cup has a ceramic handle and then expecting someone to shout, "Take my money." The real question is, why should they care? And the answer to that is benefits. Features are what something does. Benefits are what it does for the client. The handle in this case is a feature. Not burning your hand while sipping hot coffee, that's the benefit. And people only buy when they understand the benefit and how it helps them. Here's a couple more examples though to show you what this looks like in action. Let's take a pen for example. Well, the pen cap is a feature, but the fact that it's going to help you not get ink stains all over your clothes, that's the benefit. Or let's take a baseball. Well, a baseball's got stitches. That's the feature, but the fact that it's going to help you throw a perfect curveball, that's the benefit. Now here's where most service businesses completely mess this up. They fall in love with their features, their pen caps and their baseball stitches, and they start marketing by saying things like, you'll get 3 strategy sessions, a 22-page report, and access to a private Slack channel. And while all of that might be true, what your client is actually thinking is, how does that help me? So instead, what you want to do is translate every single feature into a benefit. In other words, 3 strategy sessions becomes, you'll know exactly what to focus on each week. A 22-page report means that you'll have clear roadmaps instead of guessing your next move. And a private Slack channel access makes sure that you're going to get support when you need it. not 2 weeks later. If the client can't instantly see how they're better off, they're just not going to buy. Imagine for a second that you're buying a tent, and the salesperson won't stop talking about the materials and the pole structure and the zipper teeth. Meanwhile, all you care about is, will this thing keep me dry in a storm? Features are useful, but only when they point to something that the client actually wants. So, here's your rule of thumb. For every feature you mention, make sure the benefit is right behind it. Don't assume that people will connect the dots, because they won't. So you gotta do it for them. Because when they hear your features and immediately think, that's exactly what I need, your sales process gets a whole lot easier. So now that your message is clear and believable, let's plug it into a system that actually gets you clients, consistently. That's where the case funnel comes in. All right, let's be honest. Even with a great message, you're still not going to get clients if nobody hears it. In other words, you can have the best finish line language and the perfect feature to benefit framing, but if your marketing just lives on your website and nobody sees it, or gets tossed into random social posts that, again, nobody sees, well, nothing changes and your business doesn't grow. This is why you need a system, a repeatable, predictable way to turn attention into action. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a store, any store, and immediately felt overwhelmed? I'm talking too many products and no clear guidance and no idea where to start. So you walk out without buying anything. Now, imagine the opposite. You walk into a store, someone greets you, asks a couple of very smart questions, and then shows you exactly what you need. No pressure, just clarity. And by the time you leave, you're holding the thing that you came for and feeling great about making that purchase decision. Well, that first store, the one with all the chaos, that's your average business's marketing strategy. A few Instagram reels here and there, an old outdated website with a bunch of text, some random blog posts from a few years ago, and maybe a link to a Twitter account that hasn't been posted on in a decade. The second store, on the other hand, that's your case funnel. Every step moves people forward. Every interaction builds trust. That's what the case funnel does for your business. It turns your marketing from a cluttered shelf into a guided experience where the right people are led step by step to the exact outcome that they already want. And the best part is, you don't have to chase anyone. They follow the path because it makes sense. Well, here's how it works. The case funnel is a simple framework I've used for years with service-based businesses, and it consistently brings in leads, filters out tire kickers, and helps convert the right people without needing pushy tactics or endless follow-ups. CASE stands for coaches, consultants, agencies, service professionals, and experts. This funnel was built for you. Let me walk you through it now, starting with step 1, traffic. Everything starts with attention, whether it's a social post, a podcast, a YouTube video, or a paid ad. The goal here, though, isn't to sell someone something. It's just to get someone interested enough to kind of raise their hand and take the next step. Step 2 is the opt-in. This is where you send that traffic that you just got to a simple opt-in page. Not a sales pitch, just a useful, valuable freebie. Think a short video, a checklist, or a guide that helps someone solve a specific problem, something that they care about. When they give you their name and email, they're not just signing up, they're signaling interest. Okay, moving on to step 3, the authority amplifier. This is where things get powerful, because right after they opt in, they land on a thank you page with a short video, and this is your moment to build trust fast. The goal of the video here is that you want to help them solve one small, very specific problem, something quick, something useful. You don't want to overwhelm them and you don't want to give away the farm. All you want to do here is show them that you know your stuff and give them a quick win. And at the end of the video, you invite them to apply to work with you. And if they're interested, well, that takes us to step 4, the application. Here in step 4, they fill out a short form where you ask a few key questions like what they're struggling with and what they want and what they think is holding them back. This does 2 very important things. First, it gives you context. Second, maybe more importantly, it positions you as the expert because you're not begging for clients, you're reviewing applications. Step 5 is the calendar booking. If their application looks like a fit, they're sent to your calendar to book a call. No more endless email chains, no ghosting, no uncertainty, just clear steps forward. Then finally, step 6 is the call. By the time that they show up to have a conversation with you, they've already seen your face and heard your voice and learned from you. They've told you about their problems and they've taken action to solve them. This means that this isn't a cold call. It's a warm conversation. And if it's a good fit, then you can make your offer. That's the case funnel. 6 steps, no chasing, no begging, no awkward sales tactics. Just a clear path from stranger to client that works over and over again. And hey, if you want everything that we just talked about today already built and ready to go, I've put together my complete marketing and follow-up system, and you can have it for free. This is the exact setup that I use to attract leads, build trust automatically, and book clients without chasing. all powered by the same funnel and automation tools that we just talked about. Normally, building something like this would take weeks to set up and cost hundreds, if not thousands a month in disconnected software that you gotta duct tape together. But I'm giving you the whole thing, my pre-built templates, automations, and an extended free trial to the platform I use 100% free. No catch, no gimmicks, just something that's working for me and my clients. And now it's yours to copy, paste, and launch inside your own business. So if you're serious about getting more clients and you're ready to stop guessing and start scaling, click the link below and grab it while it's still available. And if you want to go even deeper, I've linked up a video right here where I break down some of my most proven and profitable marketing strategies using the same frameworks I use with clients every day. So feel free to tap or click that now. I'll see you in there in just a second.